Hello Year 6, welcome to your maths lesson for Thursday. Well done on your angle work yesterday. You all did an absolutely brilliant job of using the angle rules to help you solve the questions. And I was really impressed as well with those of you that had a go at the challenge on the bottom of page 63. So that was brilliant to see. In particular at the moment, Lucas is standing out to me for his home learning. So well done Lucas, you are doing an absolutely brilliant job. And your maths work is spot on at the moment. So keep that up. Okay, so we are carrying on today with using the angle rules to help us solve some questions and solving some reasoning problems. So before we get started, I've got a different kind of starter for you today. Okay, so hopefully one that you will all really enjoy. I've got a game for you to play. Okay, so it's called a tangled web, and I'll send out the link for the game with your video link on Marvelous Me. So just click on the link. When you click on the link, it will take you to this page. Okay, and then you just press the start button here. And this game will help you to practice some skills that you learned yesterday, ready for our lesson today. Because you're going to need some of the same skills. Okay, so it says, help Itsy rescue his family. Okay, so the first couple of levels, we don't need any angle knowledge. So it's just a bit of fun for a couple of levels, but then it will come on to it after. Okay, so your job is to get Itsy, I'm not really sure what he is, I think he might be some kind of robotic spider, into this hole. Okay, so you've got to use your arrow keys on your keyboard. Okay, spin it round so that he falls down into the hole. Okay, level 1 done, nice and easy. Okay, the next level then is very similar. You've just got to get him into the hole again, but you've got to collect the flies on the way because the hole is shut until you get all 3. So keep spinning it round so that he falls. So we'll catch all 3 and then into the hole he goes. Okay, so the next level then, we have got to solve a problem first. So we have actually got to do a bit of maths in this one. So it says remove coloured lines by blocking the way by solving the same coloured angle. So basically, you've got to work out what the coloured angle is. Okay, so on this level, they are on a straight line. Okay, so from yesterday, we know that angles on a straight line always add up to 180 degrees. So you've been given 50 degrees in this level. So if you do 180 take away 50, that will give you the purple angle, or whatever colour your angle is. Okay, so you need to press on the angle and then use the dial in the corner to pull it round until it's your angle is the right size. Okay, so I know that my angle needs to be 130 because 180 take away 50 is 130. So pull it round so it's on 130, press your tick, and then the line will disappear. Oh, the line does come back quite quickly though. So you just have to click your angle again and then you can go through. Okay, so then keep going round, collect all your flies. Once you've collected all your flies, okay, the lines come back. So just remember, once he needs to go through, press your solved angle again and he can go through. Okay, so you have fun on that then. You carry on. You can always have a quick go now, do your maths work, and then you could always go back on at the end. Okay, see how far you can get. So your work for today then, like I said, we are continuing with answering angle reasoning questions. So we are moving on today to pages 64 and 65. Okay, and they are called angle rules. So remember, you're using those rules that you learned yesterday. So hopefully you have remembered some of them. So I have got some similar questions on my board with some different numbers that I'm going to go through with you, and then you will be able to apply what we do to this question. Sorry, what we do on this question to the question in your book, because they are very similar. Okay, so here then I've got a big circle split up into sections. Mine then says Jamie's pizza has 8 equally spaced slices, which go from the crust to the centre of the pizza, to the middle of the pizza. Jamie says that the angle between each slice and the next is 35 degrees, like it says here. Is he correct? Okay, so for this one then, we need to use our knowledge of angles around a point. Okay, we know that from yesterday, angles around a point equals 360 degrees. Okay, so if I've got 8 slices and they are equally spaced, that's very important information, so they are all the exact same size, then all I need to do to work out what one slice is do 360 divided by 8. Okay, 360 divided by 8 equals 45 degrees. So Jamie can't be right, because if they are all equally spaced, then each angle would be 45 degrees in this pizza. Okay, so on yours, it's split into 10 sections. So you need to do 360 divided by 10 and then work out whether Olga is right. Okay. Question 2 then says, Maria, Amy, Sinead and Joe divide a whole circular cheesecake between them. Maria's slice is 72 degrees, Amy's slice is twice the size of Maria's, and Sinead's slice is 1/3 the size of Amy's. What is the angle of Joe's slice of cheesecake? Now I've got a similar question. Okay, I'm using pizza again. Got pizza on the brain. Okay, so I've got James, Lily, Sarah and Max divide a circular pizza between them. So James's slice is 60 degrees, Lily's slice is twice the size of James's, and Sarah's is 1/3 the size of Lily's. So I've used very similar wording, just different numbers, different names, different thing. I've used pizza, not cheesecake. So what is the angle of Max's slice of pizza? So Max isn't mentioned. Okay, so we've got to work it out. So if I was you, for this one, I would write down what we know. So I'm going to write down all of the names. So I've got James, I've got Lily, I've got Sarah, and then I've got Max. Okay, I know James is 60 degrees, so I can write that one in. I know what he's got. Lily's slice is twice the size of James's. So all I need to do for this one is multiply this by 2, don't I? 6 times 2 is 12. Add my 0 back on. It's 120 degrees. Okay? Sarah's is 1/3 of the size of Lily's. So Lily's is 120 degrees. So I just need to find 1/3 of 120. Okay, so remember to find a third, we divide it by 3, don't we? We're only finding 1/3, so that's all we have to do is divide it by 3. So 120 divided by 3, I know 12 divided by 3 is 4, so add my 0 on. So Sarah's slice is 40 degrees, okay? But we want to know what Max's slice is, okay? So if it's a circular pizza and it's going all the way round, we know that all of these have got to add together to equal 360 degrees, okay? So if you add 120, add 40, add 60, see what you get, take it away from 360, and that would give you Max's pizza, okay? So if you follow that method for your question, write down each one of the names, figure out what each one gets, add them together, take it away from 360, and that will tell you what Joe's slice of cheesecake is. Okay? So that's question 2. Question 3 then, again, I've got a similar one on my board. So mine says, Claire's car is pointing in the direction shown by the dashed line on the diagram below. How many degrees anti-clockwise will she need to turn her car so that she is pointing towards school? Okay, so I've highlighted our keywords here, anti-clockwise. So have a think of which way the hands go on a clock. They go this way, don't they? So anti-clockwise then is that way, okay? So we need to know how many degrees she's got to turn her car, so this dashed line, so that she's facing towards school. So basically, we've got to work out what that angle there is. Okay, this is a straight line. So remember, angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees, don't they? So all you've got to do for this one is do 180 take away 40. Okay, so 180 take away 40, I know is 140. So the answer for this question would be 140 degrees. Okay, so yours is very, very similar. Just have a look at your different numbers. Okay. On your next page then, on page 65, you have got the shapes at the top of your page on question 4. Okay, and it says, look at the shapes below, and then you've got one that's got A, B, C, one that's got D, E, F, and one that's got G, H, K, and J on. Okay, it says, which angles in A, B, C, and D, E, F could you put next to each other so that a straight line is formed? So for this one, for this first question, you don't even need to think about that shape. Ignore it. Forget it's there. Because all you're looking at is ABC, which is this triangle, and DEF, which is this triangle. Okay? So if we're thinking about forming a straight line, we know that angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees, don't we? So your job for this one is to try and find two angles that add up to equal 180. So you could try B and E, so 140 degrees. We know that E is a right angle, so we know that's 90 degrees, don't we? Okay, so you could do 140 add 90. Does it equal 180? No. So move on and try and find two other angles that add together to equal 180 degrees. Okay, so that's the first part. The second part of this question then is using the same shapes, and it says, can you join one of the triangles to quadrilateral GHJK so that a straight line is formed? Explain your answer. And I'm going to tell you that yes, you can. Okay, so it is possible. So you've got to have a look. So again, you've got to try and, we're doing a straight line. So remember again, it's got to equal 180. Okay, so have a look, see which one. It can be from either of these ones, but it's got to join to one of these ones in the quadrilateral. Remember, the quadrilateral is the four-sided shape. So that's that shape. Okay, so you've got to use an angle from here, but you can use either of the triangles. Okay, so see if you can find two angles that add together to equal 180. The bottom one then, your last one, says you can fit all three shapes together at a single point without any gaps or overlapping. Which angles meet at the point? Okay, so if you're putting three angles together, that's going to make a full turn. Okay, so for this one, they've got to add together to equal 360. So your job for this one is to try and find three angles. So it's got to be one from each shape, okay, to put together so that when they're all together, it would equal a full turn. Okay, so one angle from each shape, add together to equal 360. So it's a little bit of trial and error. Probably going to have to try a few different ones before you get your answer. But just be patient, you will get there. Okay, and then you've got your challenge question. So your challenge question says, a clock is showing 2 o'clock here. Okay, what is the acute angle between the hour and the minute hands? Okay, so again, we know that a full turn in a circle is 360 degrees. Work out how many sections there are, and then you'll be able to multiply it by 2 to work out what that angle is. You haven't got to measure it with a protractor. You can work it out using your angle rules. So it says, on which other hour will the angle between the two hands be the same? So if it's an hour, then this hand isn't going to move, is it? So think about going the other way. Okay? Angela said that the angle between the two hands at 3:30 will be 90 degrees. Explain why Angela is wrong. Okay, so draw on 3:30, draw on the two hands, and then figure out what the angle would be. Can you work out the actual angle between the hands at 3:30? And then it says write down the time it is right now and calculate the angle between the two hands. Okay, so draw yourself a clock, pop your hands on for the time that it is right now when you're doing your maths work, and then have a go at working out the angle. Okay, so, and it says, will the angle be bigger or smaller in 10 minutes time? So add 10 minutes on, what will happen to your angle? Okay, so good luck with all of your maths work for today. Don't forget to send me a photo of your work. And just before you go, I want to remind you all about this battle that we've got going on. Okay, this battle, this Key Stage 2 battle, ends tomorrow. Okay, so it's a battle on Times Table Rockstars between Year 3, Year 4, Year 5 and Year 6. And at the moment, Year 4 are beating us. Come on, Year 6. We need all the points we can get so we can win this battle tomorrow. Okay, we need Year 6 to be the best. Okay, so get practicing those times tables, get on Times Table Rockstars and earn us some points. Okay, and I'll be sending out lots of Marvellous Me's for those that I see logging on. Okay, so good luck with everything today. Don't forget to send me a photo and I will see you all tomorrow.